I was watching a video on the Amazing Lucas's channel, and he was talking about this topic that I'm about to talk to you about right now. And I said, I have to talk about this. Y'all are going to laugh your ass off at this, mainly because it has a funny tone to it, but it's also real sad and ignorant at the same time. So you have this woman right here whose name is Sarah Beam, and she found out that her 13-year-old son had tested positive for Wuvid. So she basically took her son to the testing site to, get tested. But she didn't put him in the back seat. She put him in the trunk of her car to avoid testing positive herself. Listen, it is some stupid people out here, and this woman right here is in line to get the stupidity award, or at least one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this article, and it's coming out of Houston, Texas. A mother has been charged after her 13-year-old son was found in the trunk of her car at a Sci-Fair ISD drive-through Wuvid testing site, the Harris County District Attorney's Office confirmed. Sarah Beam has been charged with endangering a child. Excuse me. Sci-Fair ISD Police Department said a warrant has been issued for her arrest. According to court documents on January 3rd, Beam pulled into the drive-through testing site located at 11355 Falcon Road in northwest Harris County when a witness reported hearing something in the trunk. The witness said when Beam unlatched the trunk, the boy was lying down inside. Court documents said the witness told Beam she would not receive a Wuvid test until the child was removed from the trunk and placed in the back seat of the vehicle. The witness then called the police. Beam allegedly told authorities her son had tested positive for Wuvid19 and was taking him to the site for additional testing in order to protect herself from being exposed. She put her son in the trunk of the car. Authorities were able to view surveillance cameras showing the moment the child exited the trunk of the car and got in the back seat. According to Sci-Fair ISD, Beam most recently worked as a teacher at Cypress Falls High School and has been employed by the district since 2011, and she is now on administrative leave. It says CFPD was alerted that a child was in the trunk of a car at a drive-through Wuvid19 testing site earlier this week. Law enforcement conducted a full investigation, resulting in a warrant for arrest. Thankfully, the child was not harmed. The only sad part about this whole situation is that this child has this idiot as a mother. That's the sad part about the whole situation. If your son tested positive for Wuvid when you came and got him, because I think he was at school, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if her son went to the same school that she taught at or whatever the case may be. But if he came in contact with you, even him getting into the trunk, if he came in close contact with you, then that means that he could have easily gave it to you no matter what you did, whether he was in the trunk of the car or in the back seat. He had to still come in contact with you, because how did he get in the trunk? Unless, I don't know what she did in order to get him to that point or get him to the trunk of the car without him having to get in close contact or contact with her. For her to come up with this so-called grand idea of putting him in the trunk of the car and thinking she would not get it. Now, here's the thing. Just because he got it doesn't necessarily mean she would get it. It just that means she got exposed to it, but it doesn't mean she's going to test positive for it. Now, what if she tests negative for it? That means you did all of that for nothing. You put your son in the back of a trunk of a car and left him. Like, what did she think was going to happen? So you pulled up to the testing site to give your son a Wuvid test, and he's still in the trunk of the car. If he didn't make any noise, they wouldn't have known he was back there. It almost looks really bad on her end, because it almost looks like she's trying to do a kidnapping. I swear, it's this pandemic has people acting remedial. I was about to say something else. Got them acting real remedial. Like, this was her grand idea to I can't even put the words together, because like I said, it's funny, but it's also ignorant at the same time. It's funny because she thought this was a good idea. but two, it's ignorant because like I've never heard something like this before. And then she literally put her child's life in danger. Like you put him in the trunk of a car. Like what was that supposed to do? What did she really think that this little half-ass, half-brained idea was going to work? Like I said, she did this because she claims by her doing that, this would not expose her to catching Wuvid. He's in close contact with you. If you're going to get it because of that, you're just going to get it. That's just what it is. And that's all there is to it. So she did all of this for nothing. And now those who are aware of this story are looking at her like the biggest dummy on earth right now, or one of them. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. And those of you who live in Texas, please tell me if you've heard about this story.